So, if you're a local business owner and you're still paying for ads and the ad cost keeps going up, this video is for you. I'm going to show you how one website we built out. It was basically a case study, how it generated over 16 customers without spending ads, and it basically got the first lead within 2 months of running this website. So here's the website. We're going to be talking about Goddard's McKinney. It's a case study we built out. It's just a single one-page website. In this video, we're going to be talking about the key component of this website that made it rank on Google for relevant search terms like rain gutter installation. It's ranking on page 1 on Google for this keyword, and it's ranking on page 1 for so many other keywords here, gutter repairs McKinney. So in this video, we're going to be doing a deep dive of how we are able to rank this website and the key components of the website has actually made this possible such that Google was able to rank this website on Google. So basically, we had a number of leads coming. Sorry, this is my Canva where I used to edit my design. So I quickly took a screenshot of the number of leads that came in. You can see it's around 16 leads that came in. Let me draw this tool here. So it's around 16 leads that came in all throughout an entire year, and it cost us $100 to build out this entire website itself. So in your case, it could cost up to $224, just so we're clear. So if I'm going to be honest with you for a second, and you're a business owner probably watching this is a wake-up call that sometimes when you check your phone, you don't get quality leads, or when people call you, they're probably marketers trying to sell you on a service for them to help you generate leads for your business, or you're running expensive Facebook ads costing up to $2,000 per month. And again, some of these calls are not exactly what you're looking for. They are just people shopping around looking for prices and not actively looking to buy. So if this sounds familiar, here's what nobody's telling you. That there is literally a way you could generate leads using your website. Your website is fancy already. It's built out correctly. There's nothing wrong with it. Just a minor tweak and you could get Google loving your website and showing them on the first page of Google, and we could show you exactly how we can generate this amount of traffic for your website or for your business within a couple of months. So here's what exactly happened with this gutter installation service that was able to generate over 16 leads within the past 1 year. While that might look small, take into account that we spent less than $100 trying to get the site ranking on the first page of Google. If we had spent more than that, we would have gotten upwards of up to 50 to 60 leads. And another factor you would also consider here, it was just form fields. There were no phone calls, there were no phone call tracking or whatsoever. Basically, people filling out a form. When was the last time you actually filled out a form on a website? Literally, I could say 1 out of 10 persons only fill out the form. So the remaining 9 persons just want to call a business owner right out of the batch. So one of the first things we did was get an exact match domain. What is an exact match domain? So say you're in a service industry, let's say you're a plumber. So you want to include the service you render, plumber, in the particular city in which you render that service in. Plumber is a very generic term. It might necessarily not mean the kind of customers you're looking for. So if water heater repair is your main service, you want to have a domain, water heater repair, the city you service. So if you're in the US, whatever city, just put in the city and the state.com. You could get this on Namecheap for $12 in the first year and ongoing around $16 or so continue. So that's the very first step we did. And with this, we got ours as guttersmckinneytexas.com. So basically, that's the first start. That's the first one of the whole process. Some of you might wonder why having an exact match domain. So if you already have a website, what then do? You don't need to actually change anything. If you already have a website, Right in the video, I'm going to tell you exactly what to do in order for you to even get more quality leads. But if you already have a website, this is the next step you want to take. The second step is the title tag. The title tag basically tells Google exactly what your website is all about in brief. And this is the first thing people see when they search for your service on Google. This is a gutter installation, repair, cleaning, making Texas. So it encourages the user to know and understand exactly what it is you do and where you do it. So Google will not even rank a website that is offering service outside of this geo zone. So you want to ensure that once your users are looking, they're actually seeing things that will make them click on your website: gutter installation, repair, cleaning, maintaining. So it basically tells them upfront what they are getting with that website. So they are most likely to click the website, and that's how we're able to generate this number of leads. And the second thing you need to understand is you need to put your headline. So more of like when you see a newspaper, you have this headline. The moment you read the headline, you understand exactly what the rest of the content about that news article is about. So you want to also impute your services you render and the city in which you render it. It kind of gives Google that extra trust signals that, okay, oh, this website, this is what this website is all about. And you want to put a call to action and the form field such that right here on the very first page, the user knows exactly what they are getting without having to scroll down and reading all of the stuff. So while some persons might want to scroll, some persons just want to see everything right here. So you want to be able to convert them right on this very first page without having to scroll. So that's basically what we did with this website. And in the first paragraph of the section of the website, you also want to naturally include the keyword that you're targeting, that is your service, and the city in which you're targeting it. It's just a natural convention to tell Google exactly, okay, what your page is all about. Then the next section we built out is the service page. This is generic for any industry that you service. You have services, related service to the very core service you render. So you want to list all of the services you render on a page. In our case, we just listed all of them on the page and explained briefly. These are way too long anyway, but you just want to have at least maybe 2 lines per service you render. And you want to have a dedicated service page, a dedicated meaning a separate page for each of them. So uh, take a newspaper front page where you see all of the headlines. Then you have inner pages having, okay, the major article focusing on that headline. But what gets users engaged is the headline, and they know exactly where to get those headlines. So you want to create separate pages for each of the services it is you render. And you also want to talk about why they should choose you. A lot of trust signals, okay, are you licensed? Are you insured? Do you come out on time? What's your process like from calls to booking an appointment to getting the job finished? And what all that entails, how long you've been in business, how many clients have you serviced, what's your reputation like. So basically, you want to include all of these stuff within your content. Another thing is, okay, your customer review. How many persons have you worked with? What were the reviews they left? Nobody literally leaves a bad review on the website, on their professional website. So you want to make it seem as good as possible. This is a case study, and this was how we got ours ranking. Then we basically had a form field and a phone number right here. And another thing you need to do, and it's a must, you want to include the frequently asked questions on your website. So you can see, while someone's searching for seamless gutters bikini, this is a keyword targeted at someone looking to actually do seamless gutters for their homes. And Google is pulling up some frequently asked questions, what people are actively searching for on Google. So you want to include variations of those keywords with specificity to your location, to your city, specifically, not a broad kind of uh, question and answer. So you want to narrow it out, that one down to your specific state in which you, a specific city rather, in which you service. And the last of them is include your zip code in the page. This is very relevant because a lot of persons are looking for services within their zip code. They type the services and look for contractors within their zip code, within the area. So they need someone local, someone within 5 to 10 minutes distance range to come to their home and get all of these things done. Then you want to include many uh, as many landmarks that are relevant, very popular landmarks that are relevant to the location in which you offer your service, such that Google is now able to understand exactly what your website is about, that it is local to this particular region, and they show you to users looking for your service in that particular region. So basically, that's how you get your website running. You can have just one single page going and you can now expand from there. But the thing is, you just got to start. Then you want to index them on Google and have Google crawl them, and you start getting customers. Almost not immediately, but sometimes it depends on the number of competition you have in your area. So it's something you want to also understand. So let's go down the video. So most local business owners make the mistakes with their website. They ignore it completely or try to even make one page website cover every city. So what that means is they want to impute everything that they cover. So like now, if I'm in McKinney, you also want to cover towns near McKinney like Allen, Princeton, New Hope, Frisco, as many other cities, Fairview. These are cities, so you want to include everything on one page. While that work, my work years back, like 5 years ago, it doesn't work in today's market. So you want dedicated service pages, dedicated location pages for each of the service or each of the locations that you're actively servicing. So here's the problem. When you add location to your main site, Google does not give those inner pages the power as your own page. This is rightly seen from, you can see that on this website here, Yelp is ranking. It's a very authority website. If you know Yelp, it's very popular. Most businesses go there to advertise the service or list their service. It's a very popular one. You might be surprised with just $100 we're able to rank number 2 if we show it more love and get most websites to actually talk about us, authority website to talk about us, will definitely outrank Yelp on this number 1 spot of Google. You can see these ones too. They are not targeting with their own page. Home page meaning Texas painting and gutters.com. That is the home page, like us. They're targeting with an inner page. So they have the service and the city page. That is what they're targeting with, and that's one of the reasons why we are ranking. Google tends to favor the home page, meaning that okay, this website, this is their sole purpose. This is the specific area they serve. So that is why we own the home page, such that okay, we're able now to rank on Google for that relevant search term. So the inner pages also rank, like you can see with this here, but you want to have more of the home pages. So I'm going to dive deep to exactly if you want to target more areas while still having inner pages within your main site, how you're going to do for other locations that you service. So it's quite obvious that traditional SEO, it varies. So it's optimization. So we are basically trying to understand how Google is presenting this information. And there are three sections that show up when a customer is looking for your service. The first section is the sponsored section. This one gets like, let's say 5 to 10% of most of the clicks, because a lot of persons see sponsored and they'll be like, well, no, I want a business who has earned the right to be in this spot of Google. So they want to literally go to the map section. So if they call the map section and they're not able to get a response quickly, they now start going to the organic section, which is this blue links section here that you're seeing on the page. And that is where we want to feature our website for. And this is also kind of more of like a promotion. If you have a business profile, a Google business profile, or you don't even have, you can leave a comment in the description below and tell us about your location and where you service. And we'll see exactly how we can get you optimized and get you much results with your Google business profile. You only pay when you see results. So that's that about that. So basically, I ran through the Gutters case study. I built out a website I showed you in November of 2024. And you can see the website was registered on the 1st of November 2024. It's almost a year old, and it generated the first lead on the 25th. Whoa. It generated the first lead on the 25th of January, right here. So it's something you want to understand, so that sometimes when you buy a domain, it does not necessarily mean you're going to have the same success as I have. Like in 2 months, you're already seeing the result. It could be more than that. SEO traditionally takes anywhere between 3 to 6 to 12 months to see full-blown results. So I'll just go through the step again. We bought an exact match domain. I've shown you exactly what an exact match domain is. If you don't understand, take the video back and you basically understand the concept of an exact match domain. So I built out this one-page website. We included the title tag, the H1 tag, listed all the services, the sections explaining the testimonial, the last question, and the zip code. And step 3, this is how we're able to get the website seen on Google. We submitted this website after being built. We submitted it to as many local directories as possible. We did about 400 local directories as possible. We didn't do this by ourselves. We hired a service on Fiverr from this guy, Mohammed Wahid. He did 400 local directories for $75 for us. In addition with the domain name, that's $15. That's all we spent on this website, and we're able to generate up to 16 leads in a year. Nothing more than that. You could actually generate even more if you spend more money or if you give the site more love that it deserves. So in your case, because things are consistently changing, you don't just have to build that. Sometimes directories might just work, but if it doesn't, you want to now add extra links such that it builds an authority, but you want to put a time difference in between. So if you do citations in this week, you want to do your press release in the next 3 weeks or so. So it gives that gap such that you're not just pumping things that doesn't look natural in the eyes of Google. So for press release, simply mentioning a newsworthy content about your website on multiple directories as possible, multiple news websites as possible, including Yahoo, Fox, and ABC, CBS Media. So we usually do the one of $70 that guarantees us 450 placements. You can use the service King Newswire. If you want to do it with us, we'll help you write and do everything for the same amount of money. So basically, all these costs would be anywhere between $240 to $224, including hosting fees if you are to host for a year. And like I said, the website went live in November of 2024, got 16 leads over the period of 12 months. Could have been more if we had an active phone number on the website, which we don't. The one you see on the website is not really active, and we didn't even use it for anything. So what I did not do, and what I would have done better, is I'll create dedicated service page for each of the services we render. So I would have a separate page for gutter installation, a separate page for gutter replacement, gutter repair, gutter cleaning, downspout installation, downspout repair, gutter guards installation, gutter guards repair. So we'd have separate individual pages for all of this. So that's one of the things we didn't do, and it's something we could have done. Then we'd also cover locations covering anywhere between 5 to 20-mile radius, depending on the number of cities you service around your area. This is something we didn't even do. We didn't even talk about any other areas that we service. So it's something you want to have dedicated location pages for each of those services, each of those areas you service around your core location. And on each of those pages, you want to have services rendered on each of them too. So a couple of them could actually give you up to upwards of 50 to 100 page website to fully cover the entire website. So another thing we didn't do is build quality backlinks. So backlinks simply means is an upvote to your website. So take Reddit. If someone so if you made a post on Reddit and it's very engaging and people tend to start upvoting that post, you're surprised once you come onto that subreddit, you see your post kind of ranking high on that particular day, either top posts for that day or top voted posts for that day. That's exactly how backlinks works. So once an authority website talks about your website, you kind of get a signal boost in the eyes of Google that this site looks really legit, and they kind of rank you high up in the search. So if you can get a number of these every day, it's something you want to really have and own onto your business. So blog posts also help customers make decisions, but you don't need much of this. What you want is those core service pages. So blog posts are basically to help users and Google understand that you're an authority on the website and you want to regularly update your content. So the multi-site strategy that we implement for most businesses is this. So instead of building out one website targeting multiple locations, we want to build out separate individual websites targeting individual locations and still have inner page targeting sub-locations. So what do I mean by this? You would have Gutters McKinney, then you could have an inner page targeting Allen, Prosper, and Princeton within that particular website itself. You will do the same thing for all of this website. So this might look tricky, but like I told you, Google tends to favor the home page of the website targeting the particular service that it is you're rendering. So it's something we want to do for most of our clients. So if you target upwards of 7 to 10 cities, is a perfect match for us. So you can come to us Or you can basically do this yourself with what I've told you exactly, spending around $224 to do this by yourself. It's going to take time anyway, but it's something that is worth doing, and it's definitely going to generate leads upwards for your business completely free. You don't have to spend too much on ads. So if you're doing ads 100%, you could actually bring down your ads cost up to about 75 to 50%. So what's the goal of this entire website? We'll have the homepage targeting the main city and the keyword, which is the service you offer. That is your core service. Then you have a service hub page that targets all of the dedicated service pages that houses all of these service pages you have. So in our case, gutter repair, replacement, cleaning, gutter guard repair, downspout install, downspout repair. So you want to have all of these service hub pages. Then you have 8 location pages covering nearby cities. Then if you multiply these services that you're offering by the number of locations you have up to about 56 locations. Then if you include blog posts in addition, you'll be having upwards of anywhere between 70 to 100 page website, which is fully optimized and locally built with relevance to that particular service that you work. So why does this work well? Because Google tends to favor homepage. And I'm saying this because imagine building all of these 400 citations, 400 press release. They are all linking back to your own page. So it gives it that power that all of these websites are linking back to your own page. It tells Google that this website is relevant. It has all of these links pointing to your own page. If you have all of these links pointing to an inner page, Google is definitely going to penalize you. They don't see it as natural because most people don't link out to inner page, but they do link out to home page, which is quite convenient, which is quite fair. So Google tends to allow all of these things to pass. So if you combine both the 400 local citations with it, in addition with the press release, you'll be having almost 800 links pointing to your own page. So it gives it that power, it gives it that signal boost, it gives it that authority that Google is looking for. So hence, that's why we're actually using our own page to target each of these services. Then if you are able to get as much leads as you can, you'll be able to outrank for most of the cities. Even the smaller cities you think might not give you clients, but you can only test. So it's only when you test you actually see results that, okay, well, these cities are actually generating even more clients for my business, because most persons are not even targeting them. They don't see them as an hotspot because they think, okay, well, the population size is small and they don't want to target such. So here's an offer. So what this means for you, if you offer services in seven cities, and you get 2 to 5 leads per month from each of this website after 4 to 6 months, you get 14 to 35 qualified leads every single month and not paying per click. So you have options. One, you do it yourself. Like I said, you get the domain, hosting, citations, press release, indexing, and content tools, and I'll guide you through it. You can leave a comment in the description of this video. Every time I make a video, you just leave a comment. I will definitely go through them and reply them with a video and tell you exactly how to do it. So another one is allow us to build it for you. So we handle everything, plus we'll manage your Google Business Profile weekly. If you don't have a Google Business Profile, we go ahead and guide you through a step-by-step method on how to create one and optimize it and get it ready to start booking clients. So we also implement an automated review collection campaign for your Google Business Profile, such that when you finish a customer's job, it automatically sends them a reply, sends them a message to actually leave a Google reply for you. So if they're leaving anything 4-star and below, we send those reviews directly to you. But anyone that is actually giving us 4 and 5-star reviews, we'll send them to your Google business page for them to leave an actual review for you. They will also implement an AI chat widget that automatically books appointment for you, communicates with the client via text, and books an appointment for you. And will keep your website updated with every Google algorithm change within the year and ongoing. Then we're also offering a risk-free Google Business free trial. You only pay after you see results. You don't pay before you see results. So that's to give you our guaranteed, and this is how it works. So if you're ready to stop paying for ads or ready to reduce your ad spend and start owning your lead source, book a free strategy call with us and we'll analyze the market and build your first city together. And all this you can get with the link in the description below, and we can get you this number of leads. So if you find this video helpful and you think it's something we should do, or you have questions that need answering, how to help better your business, how to get your business rolling in the right direction in the greens, book a free discovery call with us or leave a comment and like, share, and above all, subscribe to this channel. Thank you, and see you in the next video. Bye.